everyone, my name is Riva. I am reading on behalf of Haiti Cultural Exchange for the Ti Atis program. And today we are going to be reading Tezen, which is a Haitian folktale. So before we start a story, we always say Krik, and the answer back is Krak. So I say Krik, and you say Krak. Krik, Krak. Every day, either Valina or her younger brother went to the spring to bring back water. One morning, when Valina dipped her bucket into the water, her ring fell off. Ah! The water stirred, and up came a great silver golden fish. "Have you seen my ring?" Valina asked. The fish disappeared into the waters and came up again with Valina's ring on his nose. "Oh, thank you so much," said the girl. "My name is Valina. I live nearby and come almost every day to the spring for water, but I did not know that you lived here." The fish said, "My name is Tezen. I live in the deepest part of the spring. If you would like, I will take your bucket and bring you water that is cool and sweet." Valina held out her bucket, and the fish took it and disappeared under the spring. Down, down, down he went, down and down. And then he appeared again with Valina's bucket filled with clear, sweet water. Valina thanked him and went home. After some days, the girl's mother noticed that the water Valina brought back from the spring was always clearer than that which her brother brought back. She spoke to the little boy and told him to pay attention to where he got his water. Several days later, she saw it was still muddy. She scolded the boy and said, "I told you to pay more attention when you dip your bucket into the water. I want you to bring back water as clear as your sister's." So the little boy decided to follow Valina the next morning to see where she dipped her bucket into the water. He walked quietly behind Valina and hid behind a tree and watched as Valina came to the edge of the spring and sang, "Tezen, mon ami moisin, Tezen, mon ami moisin, Tezen en de l'eau, mon ami moisin, Tezen en de l'eau, mon ami moisin." Then he went home and told his mother that the next day he too could bring back water as clear as Valina's. "Well, how will you do it?" asked his mother. "It will be easy. I will do as Valina does. I will sing to the fish in the spring, and when he comes out, I will give him my bucket, and he will give me clear, sweet water as he does for Valina." "No," said the mother. "You must not do that. That is an evil spirit who lives in the water. I will go myself." That evening, the mother followed Valina to the spring. She hid and listened to Valina's song. "Tezen, mon ami moisin, Tezen, mon ami moisin, Tezen en de l'eau, mon ami moisin, Tezen en de l'eau, mon ami moisin." Then she saw the silver golden fish leap from the waters and take Valina's bucket and return it filled with fresh water. So she went home, but Tezen, through his powers, understood the mother's intentions and told Valina that her mother would try to catch him. He told her that if she saw 3 drops of water on her chest, she would know that her mother had succeeded. Valina started to cry when she heard this, but Tezen said she need not worry, for in the end they would be together. The mother told her husband that there was an evil spirit in the spring that was consorting with their daughter and that they must catch it the next day. In the morning, Valina's mother sent her to market to sell vegetables. Valina did not want to go, but she had to obey. The mother and father and the little brother went to the spring. In a stern voice, the mother sang, "Tezen, mon ami moisin, Tezen, mon ami moisin, Tezen en de l'eau, mon ami moisin, Tezen en de l'eau, mon ami moisin." There was no movement in the waters. "You sing," she said to her son. "Your voice is lighter. It's closer to Valina's." So the boy sang softly, "Tezen, mon ami moisin, Tezen, mon ami moisin, moins, Tezen en l'eau, mon ami moins, Tezen en l'eau, mon ami moins. The fish leaped up, and he was very large. The father cast the fishing pole into the water, caught the fish, and then put it in a net. The fish died soon after. Valina was sad all day. In the afternoon, her chest felt damp, and when she looked down at her white blouse, she saw the 3 drops of water. Quickly, she gathered together her vegetables and ran home. She entered the house and saw her mother was cooking a large fish over the fire. She ran out. She ran to the spring and she sang, Tezen, mon ami moins, Tezen, mon ami moins, Tezen en l'eau, mon ami moins, Tezen en l'eau, mon ami moins. The waters were still. She went to the edge of the spring and started singing as she cried, Tezen, mon ami moins, Tezen, mon ami moins, Tezen en l'eau, mon ami moins. She shed so many tears and she sang and sang. But then all of a sudden, something strange began to happen. As the tears fell on her legs started changing into a fishtail. She was being transformed into a mermaid. Her brother, who was watching all this from behind a nearby tree, was so shocked that he started running home to tell their parents. On the way there, he changed his mind and had a better idea. He thought, instead of telling Mom and Dad, I'm going to gather all of Tezen's bones and carry them to the spring and throw them into the water so that he can turn into a fish again. Luckily, his mother and father had just eaten the whole fish and put the bones in a bowl. When he got home, he saw the bowl of bones. He grabbed it and ran back to the spring. When he arrived back at the spring, he saw that his sister had been totally transformed into a mermaid and was swimming in the spring. He called out, Valina, come back! I'm going to throw Tezen's bones into the spring and he'll turn back into a fish again. He will be the big silver golden fish that you once knew. As she cried, Valina told him, it's too late. Mom and Dad already ate him. He will, you'll see, her brother told her. Her brother threw Tezen's bones in the spring. The bones started swirling faster and faster and faster as the water stirred. Moments later, the water stopped swirling and Tezen reappeared, as he once was, a big silver golden fish. Valina leaped from the spring to embrace Tezen. Tezen, Tezen, mon ami! Both Valina and her brother burst into song. Tezen, mon ami moins, Tezen, mon ami moins, Tezen en l'eau, mon ami moins, Tezen en l'eau, mon ami moins. At the end of the song, Valina's tail disappeared and her legs returned. She stepped out of the spring to join her brother. Before they left, Valina promised Tezen that she would turn back into a mermaid every Saturday and come to the spring to spend time with him. Tezen told her that he would be there, waiting for her before he disappeared under the spring. Valina and her brother walked back home hand in hand. They both felt happy knowing that Tezen was alive again. The end.